Good evening! Ano muna tayo? Kwentuhan. So, real talk, let's talk about some current events and probably some uh, matters of significance with the trying times and all that. And probably I would share also a little about my personal life. So anyway, so let's have a real talk. Today is March 16, 2022, and I would like to share to you some insights insofar as what I know. I have not been updated in the Russian-Ukraine war, although of course I feel sorry for those who died, and actually I heard that some are actually wounded, and there was even a news that one of the soldiers happens to be a title holder or something. So regardless, I would like to pray that the war will be over very, very soon, because this really has significant impact insofar as all of us are concerned. Not to mention the fact that there are lives being lost. When I watch a particular Facebook page, shout out wherein graves, dead people are just being thrown in a common grave and all that. That is a common sight for wars, and I feel sorry for that. So anyway, so let's talk about current events in the Philippine setting. So let's talk about the gasoline increase. Oh my gosh. The fuel, I can't imagine, during when the time that there was still the regulations, the 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 price of oil is regulated by the government. I can remember it's only 12 pesos, something like that. And then even if the exchange rate at the time goes up at as high as 53, but then again, of course, the price of oil and crude oil and the fuel products is actually dictated by a lot of many factors, which include the demand and the supply and the world prices, right? And when I post something like this, some friends from abroad are saying, "Oh, mahal din naman dito," eh. So, something like that. So, of course, something that it might be incomparable insofar as they are concerned, because their purchasing power is higher, they are richer, they earn more and all that. So even if the fuel price increased, they wouldn't have a dent in the resources or in their financial capacity, right? So unlike us in the Philippines, when there's a price increase, then everything that goes with it, because it's being used for transport, it's being used for a lot of industries, and and all that. So in short, there is an expectation that the price of goods will increase as well. Some are even hoarding. Please don't hoard and all that. I have not had my grocery for quite some time. So, the price of oil is really, my gosh, it's 90, 80 and all that. So if you have 3,000 pesos, ilan na lang litro yun, di ba? So napakamahal. And katulad ko, ang sasakyan ko 2.6 something. So in short, masyadong lumalaklak ng gasolina. So in short, talagang we try to save, in our fuel consumption. But of course, having a car right now is no longer a luxury, for us. Like for example, my husband is disabled, so it's really a necessary or necessity for us to have a vehicle, right? So when we go to the hospital and and all that. So that's the impact of the price increase. And I was thinking if there would be a rollback or something, and there was even a plan to suspend the excise tax. The excise tax actually was, there was an added rates when the train law was enacted, because it basically taxes the rich. Supposedly taxes the rich, because it's a tax on alcohol, and the fuel, petroleum products, even I think even cigarettes and all that. But these additional taxes are being used for the administration programs like the PhilHealth, and all the other programs of the government, but particularly PhilHealth, DepEd, and all that. So the build and all that. So you can just imagine that, and President Duterte even said na bigyan na lang ng tigto 200. Oh my gosh, it's really something na ano, and I hope the 200 that the people would receive would be used to augment or mitigate the particular effect of that particular fuel increase, right? So it's really a tightening of the belts and probably law on waste. So parang dapat wow tayo, war on waste, no? Wag tayong magsayang kasi yun nga, mahal na lahat ng bilihin. So kailangan nating magtipid, mag-isip ng tipid, no? Actually, I'm a member of, there's a group in Facebook, you make yourself a member, Tipid Living or something. So, because, you know, it's really a strategy to make both ends meet because some are not lucky to have money, some are not lucky to have opportunities to earn income, right? So it's really very, very tough at this point. And the ripple effect of the fuel increase is really something that you would feel, not only you, not only I know that, because basically all of us are taxpayers in a sense, no? Wala namang magsasabi na hindi ka taxpayer. Nagkataon lang kami, in addition to that, meron pa kaming compensation income. But the others, all of us are taxpayers. We pay our excise tax, we pay our VAT when we dine on restaurants and all that. So you can just imagine, no, the impact. Siguro wala na masyadong mag-Jollibee. Anyway, nakakatama naman. Sorry for the people, for my friends who work in Jollibee and all that, no. So mga ganon, so tightening of the belts. But of course, I don't know. It's kami kasi we know the impending increase because we are members of a particular group that you know monitors price increases in the Singapore market, no. So because I don't know kung tama ba ako kasi we are on the trading of fuel. So what we understand is that Singapore is a consolidator, meaning if all the oil coming from Russia, Ukraine, you know, and all that goes through Singapore, and as such, Singapore actually for Asia dictates the prices. I don't know if I'm correct or not. So nag-aalam-alaman ako, accountant lang naman ako, di ba? So anyway, so that is an impact. In fact, yesterday when there was an increase in gas or oil prices and all that, the stock market basically went down to 6,800 or I think 6,600. Hindi ko na monitor. But today at least it's 7,000. So particularly hit are the mining and all that because you know, these people in the mining sector also need oil in a sense, no? Ako ko, nagsusupply kami sa kanila eh. Bakit nga ba? Hindi ko alam. Basta gano'n, nagsusupply kami sa kanila. So, yun, of course, you cannot naman hoard, no? Because number one, it's against the law. Number two, it's very dangerous. It's very highly, how do you, anong grammar nun, mga anak? Flammable, whatever. But really good in diction, really. My children are, you know. But anyway, so yun, that's the impact of the oil prices. The stock market is now at 7,000, and to be honest, I have a little of that in the PASPA, and actually lugi. Lugi, the one that is ngayon is what, SMPH yata, and Shumart, I don't know, tumaas ang Shumart nga, no? And of course, the property companies, even the nickel companies are really going up the market, no? So, and apparently there is also enough for gold, and the mining companies are now lording over. I don't know for one reason or another, but for me, cash is king, and I would rather not you know, wager, or shall I say gamble on money that might not be unnecessary to be you'd rather keep it, not at least you have this particular, you know, leverage. So medyo mahirap ang tagilid kasi. Hindi mo alam magkano na lang ang tech is this technology company, it's only 2 plus, and you know, Dito is a new company that actually should be at par with Globe and PLDT. Magkano lang siya? Wala pa 10 piso, di ba? Ang naglo-lord over pa nga yung SPNEC, which is wala pa nga yata yung kahit pa paanong infra, no? So, ang daming mga bagay-bagay. So, we should tighten our belts. So, we'd rather focus on what is necessary and what is essential, di ba? Separate the wants from the needs. you'd rather focus on the needs rather than the wants, and then you also reserve for the rainy days, something like that. So that's the impact of the price increase. On the political front, wow, medyo nagkakainitan na. Katulad ngayon, wala nang permit requirement kasi it's level 1 na. So, can just imagine, ano na yan, go, 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 no? So, I would like to say that ayaw kasi makipag-away kasi alam mo, sa pamilya mismo namin, magkakaiba kami ng choices. Even among my closest friends, magkakaiba kami ng choices. I can't understand, yes. But of course, I have to also respect their choice, right? So, ako kasi, but I try to convince, or shall I say, influence people to vote for my candidate, with me for my candidate. But of course, I cannot force them because probably they already have reasons for choosing those candidates, right? So, masyadong intense na. I can just imagine sa bayan namin there are 3 mayoral candidates, and you can just imagine na sobrang intense. Ang lit lang ng bayan namin. My gosh. Parang naisip ko nga, I would leave it blank. Because I vote in the province. I'm registered in my hometown. So, I chose to because I really love my hometown. So, anyway, that's another story. But, all this, ang hirap, no? Magulo. Pero at least, kumbaga, hindi boring, no, ang life, no? Of course, I would also like to share that we in the family had a particular struggle insofar as health is concerned. My husband needs to be taken care of well, and without disclosing the other details and all that. So you can see naman in my post that we often go to Makati Med and all that for consultation, validation, and all the auditions. We hope that God will heal all the sick. We pray that God will hold all the sick. Also the caregivers, no, people who take charge of the well-being of patients, no. Mahirap din kasi napapagod din naman kasi yung mga nag-aalaga, no, tsaka marami talagang mga considerations, no. But what I'm saying is let's practice empathy, or putting yourself in the person of the other, in the situation of the other, and as such you would always feel the pain of being sick, and it's really not easy, especially for illnesses that are not within your control. Like for example, bigla na lang may pumipitik sa kung anong parte ng katawan mo, diba? So as it is, for my young people friends, I would like to recommend that you take care of your health, even old people like me as well, to take care of your health earlier on. Makinig sa mga magulang, yung mga pasma-pasma, and all that. That's true, no? So, mahirap, no? Invest on particular gadgets that would measure your health. Like for example, yung mga nagja-jogging na may measure nila kung ilang steps na nakuha nila and all that. So, I think it's really galaw-galaw and proper diet and all of this, no. So I just wish that despite all this, no, the world will still be happy, and the world will still continue to grow and continue, and that ang suggestion ko lang right now is stop the hate, stop anger, and promote positivism, or positive outlook in everyone, and stop bullying, please. Ewan ko, bakit ba may mga tao nang bubuli? Bakit? Hindi kayo natatakot? Kayo mambuli, magmahal na lang kayo, di ba? Let's love more than hate more, di ba? I don't know, di ko alam, kanya-kanya tayo yata, no? Yung pag nagtanong ka lang, bigla, bigla tapos magkakaroon pa ng mga, parang, bakit ba pinuprotest? Mga ganyan. I'm a person from the province, and from where I came from, people would say na, bakit lang ako sumisigaw and all that? Hindi ako sumisigaw, mapagmahal kaya ako. Ask the person. Don't judge a person by the way she speaks, the tone of her voice and all that. Of course, we try to modulate ko. Tulad ngayon, high pitch na naman ako. Pero, hindi naman ako galit, di ba? Anyway, so, baba na yung video ko, but I just want to share with you that don't despair. Always hope for the best, and let's tighten our belts, magtipid-tipid, separate the needs from the wants, and that continue to be vigilant and be wise of your choices. Make a difference, and shall I say, in your choices, you think not only repercussion for you, but for the future generation as well. God bless you, and stay loving, stay kind, and spread good deeds, do good deeds every day. And thank you very much for everyone who will continue to love me, who love us and our family. God bless you. God bless. Good evening.